Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's lesson. I'm Sonia Crystal Williams of Go Getter Marketing Group and SoniaCrystal.com, and I'm here to share some great tips with you today. And our topic is landing pages. So let's talk about it. First of all, I brought my handy little whiteboard. That way we can go over some concepts and really walk through landing pages and some important things to know. So if you're just tuning in, our reminder here is today our topic is all about landing pages. Okay, so let's talk through a few things regarding landing pages. One of the first questions I'll get, and it really depends on where are you with your marketing, but one question I'll get is, first of all, what is a landing page? And let's talk about that. Even if you've been doing marketing for a while within your organization, I want to talk about, really what that means and the different forms of landing pages and how different companies might use landing pages to really communicate their marketing messages and help create conversions for their different goals that they want to reach regarding their website. So when I think about a landing page, I really think about a place where I am sending someone from a particular campaign that's going to lead them down a specific path. I kind of like to think of it this way. In marketing, when we think about digital marketing today, some of you might have seen this. This is a nice little representation of a funnel, okay? And you have different parts of the funnel that you want to lead people down in order to get them to convert. Our end goal down here at the bottom is a conversion, which for a lot of you could mean money. If you're an e-commerce store, your end goal for conversion is to get people to buy your product. If you're a service-based business, maybe it's getting someone to buy something, but maybe not. Maybe it's just getting someone to make an appointment or schedule a demo, something along those lines that will ultimately lead to dollar signs, even when you're in a service-based business, okay? But let's talk about the top of the funnel, because when you are guiding people into landing pages, a lot of times they're going to start up here, okay? So top of the funnel, a nice little acronym. If any of you follow a company called HubSpot, HubSpot.com, great resource. Check out their blog sometime. They refer to it as TOFU, which means top of the funnel, okay? And so when we're talking about people who are at top of the funnel, these are going to be people that go to things like your blog, who visit your website, just kind of general stuff like that. People who are just out seeking information, and maybe they find your company through social media, maybe they find you through a Google search or something like that. Eventually you get to these MOFU people, middle of the funnel, and then eventually you get to the BOFU people, bottom of the funnel. I promise you, I didn't make this stuff up, but you can Google these terms. I did not make these up on my own, okay? Where landing pages fit in is usually going to be people who are either at the middle of the funnel or at the bottom of the funnel, okay? And again, when I think about a landing page, I think about guiding people to a place where they're going to take action. They're a little bit further along in the funnel or their buying journey than people at the top. People at the top are just explorers, We have so much information at our fingertips these days with the internet that a lot of times when we start even trying to figure out if we have a problem that needs solving or we're looking for something, we're all up here just searching, doing Google searches. When we start getting down here, maybe we clicked on someone's advertisement, and so it's going to lead them to a landing page, maybe off of an advertisement. Maybe, again, like through an email campaign, we signed up on a particular company's email list. And once we ended up on that email list, they sent us to a specific landing page for maybe a promotion they're doing. So when I think of landing pages, I think of a place where people are really going to convert. It's not the run-of-the-mill normal web page that's visible on our navigation menu on our website. It's really a place where we want people to take action, okay? So that's our big goal. Now, I'm going to erase this because we're going to get into some other things around landing pages, okay? So first of all, that's why most companies have landing pages in place, okay? Most companies put landing pages in place because they want to convert people on a specific action, and that's really beneficial to you as the business owner. If you think about I don't want to send people to my normal web page, because think of it this way. If you send people to your normal web page, you're kind of leaving it to chance for them to explore and for them to land where you're hoping they will land. Most people who, especially if you're a small business owner, when we think about our websites, we often think that people are taking the same chronological path that we would take because we maybe created the website, right? I think someone's going to go to my homepage, and then after they go to my homepage, they're going to go to the services page and then the about us page. And it really just doesn't happen that way. Your visitors could land on any given page at any given time. So if that happens, why not put a little bit more control in your hands by sending them somewhere and directing them to a product or service that's really important to you at this moment in time? Landing pages can help you achieve that, okay? So let's talk through what are some of the fundamentals or the elements that really can go into developing that landing page. I like to think, number one, and I get this question a lot, some people will say, well, when I'm building a landing page, should I have a navigation menu on it? Yes or no? So I think it's optional. Traditionally, there's another term for landing page that sometimes gets used interchangeably. We call it a squeeze page, okay? And in a traditional squeeze page, if that's how you're setting up your landing page, then usually there is no navigation on a squeeze page. If there is navigation, it's minimal. Some marketers are saying that's a trend of the past, that we should consider putting navigation on landing pages nowadays. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think that you can, but I would limit how much navigation I put on a landing page still, because again, when we think back to that funnel image I just showed you, you want to guide people down the funnel. And if you leave it too open, to me, you decrease the opportunity to lead them down the way you want to lead them down that funnel. So if you're going to have navigation, some of the navigation menu items you might have, I've seen some landing pages link people back to maybe a company blog if you want to share more information, or it could be something as simple as linking people to your terms and conditions, your privacy policy. Why would I do that? Because that just helps me adhere to advertising guidelines and things like that that don't get me as a company into trouble. You could lead people maybe to another page that just lists out all your services in a nutshell. It's totally up to you. For companies creating, excuse me, a standalone landing page, then a lot of times they will link back to the blog on their main company website or service pages on their main company website. So you're not building an entirely new site when you create the landing page. The landing page will still link into your regular website. Okay, so no navigation, or should I have navigation or not? I think it's up to you. My stance is yes, but limited. Okay. Number two, every landing page needs to have a CTA. CTA stands for call to action. Okay, so we always need to make sure that we have a call to action in place. A call to action is your very simple yet blatant out loud statement of really what are you asking people to do when they land on that page. If I'm running a Facebook ad campaign or a Google ad campaign, and I'll use my own company as an example, I run a digital marketing firm. So if I'm running an ad campaign and someone ends up on my landing page, let's just say in my ad campaign I advertise we offer social media management services. And then when you get to my landing page, the copy needs to say the same thing, and my CTA needs to be maybe sign up for a free consultation, sign up for a free meeting, sign up for a free social media analysis. Whatever it is, I need to be very clear what I'm asking people to do. I'm not leading people to my landing page for informational purposes. I'm leading them there to take action. So remember, take action. Call to action needs to be a part of that. Okay, so that's another element. Okay, other elements of the landing page is going to be, make sure, I'm going to type right in here, above the fold. Okay, Your most critical content needs to be above the fold. So, like, imagine, like, right now you're looking at my screen, right? So there's a cutoff point. You can't see my entire whiteboard. Like, if I move it right here, you can't see my entire whiteboard. The most critical information that I want people to see needs to be above the point where they have to scroll down, because guess what? Not everybody scrolls. And so the critical information that you want to communicate, like having that call to action in place, having copy that's very clearly written that people can understand, that needs to be above the fold, above the point where someone has to scroll down. Because if you rely on them to scroll down, they may never see the information you have below that. Now, there's not anything wrong with having a landing page that requires people to scroll down. You just want your most pertinent information and your call to action above that point. Okay, so make sure if someone's developing it for you, you're getting that tested out on different screen sizes, because you got to think nowadays we got mobile devices, we got tablets, we got desktops. So you just want to know generally, where should I be above the fold? Okay. Another question I get is, does my landing page need a dedicated domain or URL? Okay. And what that simply means is, again, my company URL is gogettergroup.com, gogettergroup.com. So should my landing page be something totally different? And some people ask that question, and my answer is it doesn't have to be. You could do subdomains. So it could be, for example, again, if I'm running an ad and we're offering a free social media analysis, it could be socialanalysis.gogettergroup.com. And then I use that in the ad campaign to guide people. If I felt really strongly and I wanted to buy another domain, then I could, and maybe that domain is socialmediaanalysis.com. I doubt that's available, but you could check. And so it's totally up to you, but I don't think it's necessary to buy a separate domain. Point being, I think you can work really well by doing subdomains, or even just doing a regular. I could do gogettergroup.com/social media analysis, and that could be just part of my regular website if that's where I'm building the landing page. But again, it doesn't have to be something that's publicly visible to the public on my navigation menu. Okay, so look, so these are the building blocks for getting started of building your landing page. All right, decide if you're going to have navigation, make sure you have a call to action, good information above the fold, decide if you're going to have a dedicated URL, and number 5, final point, is going to be the contact form. You need to have a contact form on your landing page. That way it's easy for people to get in touch with you. So contact form, you could put a phone number on there too. Again, that's a great way to get people in touch if you want to drive phone calls, but you need to put the contact form. And again, ideally, that's also visible above the fold. Contact forms, my recommendation, don't ask for more than 3 to 5 pieces of information on that contact form. If you need a lot more to make a sale, do what we call a double opt-in. Get all the critical information up front: name, phone number, email address. And then after you capture that, you can always send a follow-up to get more information if you need it. So limit contact forms to 3 to 5 fields. Okay. The final thing I want to end with is just sharing with you all a couple of websites that are my favorite resources for where you can get landing pages built. One of my favorites is leadpages.net. I've used it for years. It's a great resource, and it's filled with templates that you can use that are already tested to build your landing page. Another great resource is unbounce.com. They help with building email campaigns and landing pages. And then a third one, especially if you're selling a lot of information style products, is going to be ClickFunnels. All of these different services vary in price range, and you don't have to use them, but these are simple kind of independent builders. They're great for people who don't know how to build a full website. So if you want to create and generate your own quick landing page, they're a great resource. If you have the resource of a developer, work with your developer. Develop something custom that would work well for your branding and your business, and keep those things in mind when you do create the landing page. Don't create something that's totally off brand. Make sure it stays within your branding. And that's a great place to start for building your landing page. So I hope you all enjoyed today's lesson. You can always check us out on our website for more tips, gogettergroup.com or soniacrystal.com, Sonia with a J, Crystal with a C. And until next time, see you then. And if you ever have any questions, always feel free to message me and we'll talk about these topics based around your questions. All right, enjoy.